Welcome to the first episode of The Delusionist. Today's topic is gaming, and we mostly focus on cyberpunk.
So, Hardin, what do you think about Cyberpunk? I've heard you waiting for this game for a very long time. What do you think about it?
Well, this game was first announced by at 2012, okay, by CD Projekt Red, and that was a long wait since 2012, and they just teased the game. They just put a teaser trailer, and to be honest, we didn't know what was going to happen in the game. Actually, they just announced it that it's an RPG, and it's just an RPG and it's based on and its setting is in 2077. Yeah. So
Yeah, but
But
they
it gained a lot of
couldn't start the game because they were working on some other project. Yeah,
yeah,
we
they
were
were
expecting it a
actually
long
working
time ago.
on they were actually working on The Witcher 3 actually. And
Yeah, that game was pretty good as well.
when The Witcher 3 came out, it was actually amazing. I played it. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I'm not even joking. It's an
But do
RPG
you
also,
think it's
but
going to be
it's
better than Cyberpunk?
yes. I don't think Cyberpunk is gonna beat The Witcher's level because Witcher was a different game and it was fairly different, but it had its similarities and all that. But mainly the most similar thing to Cyberpunk about Witcher is they both are an RPG. Okay, so when The Witcher
But
3
both are
was released,
but
RPG
their
games.
setting is in completely different worlds because The Witcher 3 is set in the medieval times, but Cyberpunk is like it's a futuristic game. There's nothing
It's like
related to each
all,
other.
like how we see Japan in movies, like all these billboards and light up and shit. Is it something like
Yeah,
that?
it's really futuristic. It's not related to Witcher 3 in any way. So,
but
there could be separate fan bases. Some people
yeah.
like
But to
futuristic
be honest, when
games
I saw
and
the gameplay of Cyberpunk, it had the same style as Witcher 3. To be honest, when I was like, oh my god, this game has the same style.
But
So
when you say same
when
style, what do you mean style?
the
Like
gameplay
the
style,
gameplay
exactly, the
style?
gameplay style. Yes, the
Okay,
gameplay
so
style.
like the
with
tasks and all of
Cyberpunk,
those
I
shit.
feel like Cyberpunk is closer to the Far Cry series compared to Witcher 3 because both are first person, and when you play both the games, it feels similar. Witcher 3
Yes,
doesn't give
on
the
the
same
first
feeling
person.
as Cyberpunk.
That was a massive change for CDPR Red. CDPR Red wanted us to, have a full experience of Cyberpunk, so that's why they made it to first person. But many people did not like that, including me. I did not, honestly, in my opinion, I did not want to play a first person game because I'm not a huge fan of first person. But now they wanted to change it to first person because they wanted us to have a full experience. And that was the major change from Witcher 3 because Witcher 3 was an RPG, but it was a third person game. So that's why I wasn't, fulfilled with what they did in Cyberpunk.
When you say first person game, is it like because I don't play a lot of games, so help me out. The first person games are like GTA 5, Call of Duty.
No,
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 no.
no, no,
First
no, no.
person game is like Call of Duty where your perspective is from your real life. Like you see everything around you. You don't see
Also,
yourself.
there's no storytelling or something.
There
No,
is
no, 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 no.
storytelling.
There
It's
is a
a
storytelling. Wait.
storytelling
Let me tell you.
is yeah, okay.
Wait, let me tell you. So in Cyberpunk, there is a story. There's a about 20-hour long story that was revealed by IGN itself. That the story is about 20 hours long, and there are different parts of the story. You can choose a nomad path where the guy isn't in the city of Cyberpunk; he's outside the city, and you see from his perspective how he enters the city and how his story takes place in the city and outside the city. And then there's a corpo path where the guy is working in a corporate building and how his story takes place in that building in that area. And then there's another part um, where we can choose to be a street kid. I don't think a street kid would be actually good for a story because if you're playing the game Cyberpunk for the first time, you really have to choose the nomad path because the nomad path you're entering the city as the character enters the city for the first time. So you both are entering the city for the first time of Cyberpunk. So even the character doesn't know where he is right now. So even when the character learns something about the city, you will also learn about the city at the same time. So
Yeah,
to
but
be honest,
playing as a straight by would be interesting.
Street, no, I saw the gameplay of the Street guy. It just starts off. The story isn't that good enough. The story has different.
Do you
The game has
have
different parts.
options to choose your decisions which impact the main storyline, or is it just you
You
choose
have
the main
many options.
storyline in the beginning and it just stays in that track?
you can have three paths. Okay, so that's what I was saying. And when you start the game, you have different dialogues, and each of the dialogues will affect the surroundings and the environment and the people around you. For example, I saw one gameplay of one guy. There were two options to say to that two option of dialogues. Okay, this guy, you can be an you can reply to him in a bad way or a good way. So this guy wanted to reply to him in a bad way and to see what will happen to him. Then later on, when he was progressing throughout the game, he came up to that guy, and he saw that guy, like that guy wasn't talking to him correctly, the character, because at the start of the game you did not talk to him in a good way, right? So that's how it affects the
Okay, so
environment.
it's some good artificial intelligence in the game.
Yeah, that's what.
Hmm.
So
It
what are the key
reminds me
takeaways?
of Red
Similar
Dead
to Red Dead,
Redemptions too.
right?
Yeah,
Huh?
Yeah,
it reminds
exactly,
me
Red
of
Dead.
Red Dead Redemptions too.
What are the like key takeaways where you can take like about the game? Like, if so, for example, like me, I don't know anything about the game. So what I would think is it's a first-person game, and it's based in the future. That's all I need to know to play the game, right? Or there's
Well,
more
yeah,
things.
that's basically all you need to know, but the story is
And
actually
has
good.
some advanced character customization. It's never seen in any game before.
Yeah,
Yes,
like
yes,
Haden was saying
advanced.
previously about the PP size, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, the
actually, yeah,
PP size. No, that's
that is
Yeah, it's
true.
interesting.
very detailed. You can change anything
You
in
can
the
Okay,
game.
actually
You
do
this
can
is
that.
change
next
anything.
level detail. This is not usual detail. Yeah, you can customize the shirt, the gun, the ammo, whatever. But here you can customize the body parts also. That
Yeah,
must
Yeah,
that's
be
exactly.
kind of a new
interesting.
experience.
You
Even
can
though
Obviously.
it's
actually
first person and you won't really, interact with your own character much, it's still a good thing. Like I
we can
would
only see
personally
the
prefer
most problem is,
customizing.
yeah, customizing is good, but the problem about the game is when you're customizing it, you can't see your own character in the game. Only in
Yeah, yeah,
some
that's the
parts you can
point.
see
That's
him.
the point.
Yeah,
If you
you can only
customize
see
your
him.
characters like in MMORPGs, it's fun because you get to see your own character, like some what you have built yourself. It feels good. But in first person, the feeling is not as good as it would be in a third person game.
So
Yeah, and plus
basically,
they don't
only
have an
other people
option.
can see how you actually look.
Yeah, yeah. Only other
No,
people
no,
can
no.
see you.
You can see your character in mirrors and in cutscenes mostly, but the
Also,
cutscenes
you.
I saw.
Oh, I thought you were. It's actual first person. Like you cannot see anything at all except the
No,
view
it's
of the
just like
person.
Call of Duty. Like in Call of Duty, you see your hands in the gun. It's the same here. You
Yeah,
see
yeah.
your hands
Okay.
when you equip a gun. You see the guns. It's
Oh,
like that.
and sometimes, like Hadin just mentioned, in the mirrors you can see. Oh wow,
Yeah,
that
if you
Yeah,
must
walk
be
up to
really
a mirror, you
interesting.
see a reflection.
That must be
you
really
can see your.
interesting.
Yeah,
And
it's
I've
very
seen the
interesting.
graphics of this game. This is a big step up from CDPR Red, to be honest. From what I've seen in Witcher 3, Witcher 3's graphics was amazing for its time, 2015, right? So, but now this is truly next gen game, Cyberpunk 2077. The graphics
And
are
it's already out,
amazing.
right?
Yeah, it's already out. It was out today
Oh,
at,
it came out today. That's
yes, today.
awesome. And what are the what? How much does it cost? Like, is it worth the price?
It's the normal price of every game that is released, $60 in America and around 250
Wow.
dirhams in UAE.
But do you think
That's
this
I
game will
actually,
break any records? Like how other game, like for example, GTA 5. I think it's the most played. No, that's Minecraft. But I think it's one of the most legendary games, right? GTA 5.
yes, yes,
So do
but
you
I
GTA
don't
think
think
it
it
Five
will.
come
is
Wait,
close to that
GTA
level?
5 had a lot of player base because of its online system, but the game
yes, no, no,
itself,
no,
I
no,
don't
no.
think it was played
GTA
much.
5, GTA 5. The main thing about GTA 5 was its open world was very, it was
Yeah, it
very
was very
interactive for its time.
engaging. You could do a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, and it was very interactive for its time because it was released in 2013. It's been 7 years since GTA 5 was released, and we are still
It's
waiting for GTA
it's
6.
almost been when what's the game's name again?
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk?
Yeah, so basically when Cyberpunk was being decided, a year later GTA 5 was released.
No, when Cyberpunk's first teaser trailer was released in
Oh, so
2012.
it's been in the making
So
since
that's when.
2012.
No, no, no. They wanted to tease us about this game and they wanted to build an hype. So after they finished Witcher 3, they started the production on Cyberpunk. They continued the production on Cyberpunk.
Oh
So it's
wow,
been in
that's
production
been a
since 2015.
that's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mostly the most detailed games I've ever seen, the most detailed creator I've ever seen are the Rockstar games. They are just amazing. and how detailed they are. There are no bugs in the game. First of all, I have to thank them for no bugs, because when bugs are in the game, the experience in the game just becomes dull. It doesn't match
Yeah, it
yourself.
reminds me of Assassin's Creed Unity. The game was hyped up for a year or so. The teasers were really, left a big impact on the players. But then when the game came out, there was a lot of bugs. So it kind of went down.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, I was actually hyped
Let's
for
see if the
Assassin's
game
Creed.
lives up to the hype. Cyberpunk.
Yeah, let's hope it
Well,
does.
I've seen some reviewers, and they are saying the game is amazing. First of all, it's gorgeous, but the main problem in the game is, I was saying about this earlier also, that it has bugs. It has glitches in some parts because the
I
open
don't
world is
think
so
it's some
big.
kind of major glitch. There's just small. I heard there was a bug where, like when your enemies died, the guns floated in the air or something. That's what I
Yes,
heard.
yes, yes. Yeah, there was that kind of bug also, but there are some major bugs also. But CDPR Red has promised us to patch it up by January or February. So I think this game took a long time to get released, and they should have polished it enough for it to have no bugs at all. But I don't know.
Yeah, but like it's a big world, so if there's a small glitch or a small
I
bug,
mean,
I don't
look,
think we really have
look.
anything to say.
And I think it's
Rockstar, for
been
example,
released
Rockstar
today
can.
only, so let's wait for it to review properly,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
let's give it some time.
What
Yeah,
Nasif was
because
saying.
most of the testers and the YouTubers got the version of the game which was not patched. They got the earlier version, so like after the patch, I
Yeah, yeah,
think
yeah.
the bugs will be gone.
Let's hope.
Well, you were talking about the open world, right? The more big the world is, the more glitches will happen, right? You were talking about that, right? But I want to give you an example about Red Dead Redemption 2. The map of Red Dead Redemption 2, the world of Red Dead Redemption 2 is way bigger than Cyberpunk, to be honest. It's way
Yeah,
bigger, and
that's
it
true.
doesn't
Yeah,
have
that's
any
true.
glitches at all. Any
Mm.
glitches. That's what Rockstar
Ah, well,
does
it was
with its
made by
games.
Rockstar Games.
Yeah, well,
You're
There
standing
Rockstar.
at the
was
peak
one
of
at
gaming
launch
industry.
only for like the
Launch.
gold, and that was it. It lasted like for like a good week or two, and then after that, it was just eradicated of the face of the whole
Mm.
game.
That's why Red Dead Redemption 2 got a 10 on IGN, and Cyberpunk got a 9. So 1 point decrease from Cyberpunk.
Anyway, thank you so much, Hadin and Ryan, for being here to give us some insights on Cyberpunk, because people like me really need to know, widen their imaginations, because we don't play a lot of games because we have a lot of things going
I
on.
do.
You're not like me. Anyway, thank you so much. We'll see you next time.